you.
No problem.
Was there a problem? Can I get a chicken panini?
Grain wheat, grain honey oats, or white bread?
Oh man, I just want a sandwich. White.
What toppings do you like?
Onion, lettuce, and jalapeno.
You mean jalapeno?
First half, Second Home, film from Canada, animation movie. So this is our animation web series. Being disconnected in a different country, different language, different culture. Kind of the whole jalapeno analogy.
So I like the animation a lot. It was very well done. I felt like some of the dialogue was a little too on the nose, maybe not subtle enough, but I didn't think that was a problem. It was like it was a pretty universal issue that immigrants of any background could face. So I thought that was really well done.
Fantastic character design, fantastic backgrounds, very good animation, very good use of visual metaphors that you couldn't do in live action. I think where suddenly the world's in black and white and all these letters are appearing in the air, and or she's looking down and the floor is dropping out from underneath her. It's just wonderful how they used all these great visuals that you couldn't have done in any other medium but animation. So that's full marks from me.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting elements in simplicity of what she has to go through, like from just trying to order something, trying to get food in her stomach, to like trying to find where she needs to go for her job, and like all these things that we take for granted. And when you're in a different culture, it's hard, and you're trying to speak the new language in ordering food. I thought it was like the simplicity was like it brought a lot of emotional impact about like someone just trying to navigate their everyday life, kind of showing that. It's kind of interesting.
I think that it was a really well-told story, and it's a very common story amongst immigrants and sort of coming and adapting to new cultures. The only problem was that I felt that they could have delved a bit deeper into it to make it a bit more, I suppose, relevant to the fact that of where she's from in her culture. I felt it was just a bit too generalized and too generic as it applies to everybody, and didn't necessarily speak to somebody's story that comes from there.
I really enjoyed it. I felt it spoke to the experience of, especially, she was a single woman, and there are programs where you'd see a lot of that. Similarly, a man without family, perhaps back at home. I too had the criticism that more cultural things weren't brought out, but I'm also appreciative, this is a short, this is only 5 minutes sort of thing, but I could see this being expanded and used as a point of discussion in schools, in my day, in the last millennium, social studies or English, for the pupils to understand some of their fresh new colleagues.
I wanted to say the same thing that you did. Some of the small things, I'm an immigrant, and some of the small things, like the one that she faced, is what we face and we miss. So I like the fact that it was, everyday stuff.
So just 2 episodes. One is that when she came out from the Tremor bus and her resume flew on the ground, someone gave it her, helped her, and when she said, "Thank you," could answer no problem, and she was confused that there was a problem. So this is very diverse kind of humor, which is good. And another thing is at the end when she was crying and then she looked to the horizon and said, "I'm not weak, I'm gonna go through this." I think I came to Canada 25 years ago. I remember first 2 years how many doesn't making sense advances I got, advices, before I just closed my ears, stopped listening anyone. Now I'm a citizen. I'm not sure that even now I know Canada, 25 years later, but I will do the same. I will close my ears, will not listen any advices.
Having been born in Canada and only lived here in Montreal, I'm always awestruck by people who move halfway across the world. And this was my favorite film of all in this first half. The animation was well done. I thought the colors were beautiful. I liked the music. Yeah, I think it's representative of any immigrant's story, and it's always interesting to hear it told first person through their experience, because we really have no idea what it's like. And this is one that I will go to the web and watch more of.